SMART has been there, weaving threads of connection across our beautiful land.
We have been active in providing innovative solutions to enhance our customers' lifestyles. Over the years, SMART has developed and provided various services to meet customers' needs.
To the dreamers, doers, and the believers, thank you for making SMART a part of your story. For 19 years of trust, loyalty, partnership, and shared experiences.
As we celebrate 19 years of connecting lives and dreams, let's keep the rhythm alive. Together, let's continue to shape our future one connection at a time.
Come and be a part of the SMART family, where we empower you and our country today, tomorrow, and beyond.
SMART, bringing people together.
As I look out on the audience, I see many of the artists whose works are represented in this first display. My respect to each of you for contributing to Belize's creative and intellectual inheritance. I also offer my admiration and respect to those artists represented in the museum who have passed on. Their work lives on as sources of inspiration and education. And for the many hundreds of artists who are not in the first show, I say that it is not our intention to develop a culture of exclusion or gatekeeping. Just the opposite. We see this space as one of liberation.
The following is a message from the Central Bank of Belize. The High Court of Belize, by a decision issued on 15 April 2024, dismissed the challenge to the Registrar of Credit Unions' appointment of an administrator to St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited and affirmed that the appointment was lawful. On 10 March 2023, the Governor of the Central Bank of Belize, in his capacity as Registrar, acting in accordance with Section 61 of the Credit Unions Act, appointed an administrator to CFXCU. The appointment was made after the Registrar concluded that certain administrative and operational problems facing SFXCU may jeopardize the stability of the credit union. This conclusion was made following a thorough examination of the affairs of the credit union, including 2 independent investigations as well as a special examination conducted by the Registrar's Office. The examination reports concluded that, inter alia, there were significant deficiencies in credit risk management, internal audit functions, and internal control mechanisms. The reports also highlighted numerous breaches of CFXCU's established policies, procedures, and bylaws, contraventions of the provisions of the Credit Unions Act, and an apparent culture of self-dealing and failures of senior management. Based on the conclusions of the examinations, the Registrar sought to engage the Board of Directors of SFXCU from as early as June 2022 to implement corrective measures to address the deficiencies in management and to mitigate the risk to depositors posed by the systematic problems uncovered. The attempt to engage the board proved unsuccessful, despite a lengthy period of communication which lasted several months. The board either refused or neglected to implement the necessary measures which the Registrar had concluded were necessary to safeguard members' funds. In the opinion of the Registrar, the board was either not disposed or equipped to discharge the fiduciary duties owed to members of SFXCU to safeguard their interests. Following the appointment of the administrator in March 2023, 7 of the 8 members of the board of SFXCU, then constituted, and the general manager, Rafael Dominguez, the claimants, brought a legal challenge to the appointment of the High Court of Belize, alleging, among other things, that the appointment was unlawful, in breach of the provisions of the Credit Unions Act, in breach of the requirements of natural justice, and otherwise in violation of the claimant's constitutional rights. On 15 April 2024, the High Court of Belize issued a decision dismissing the challenge to the Registrar's appointment of the administrator and affirming that the appointment was lawful, in accordance with the provisions of the Credit Unions Act and not in violation of the principles of natural justice or the claimant's constitutional rights. The decision of the High Court vindicates the registrar's appointment of an administrator to SFXCU, and the registrar is grateful that the court saw it fit to dismiss the legal challenge to the said appointment. SFXCU currently remains under administration, and the registrar wishes to notify the public that significant steps have been taken since the appointment of the administrator to address the systematic issues which necessitated the appointment. The registrar will continue to discharge its statutory mandate to inspect, inquire into, and supervise all credit unions to safeguard the interests of members. This is a message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Face FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. The murder of a 29-year-old Corozaleño has cops working overtime trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together in this latest homicide that claimed the life of Johnny Arana. The execution-style incident took place yesterday evening just before 6 p.m. Arana was working on his yard located next to his home when he met his untimely death. With details being scarce, our news team went digging in the community of Consejo where the incident occurred. Here is what our reporter Elmer Cornejo found out.
This is the residence of Johnny Arana located at the very entrance of the peaceful village of Consejo in the Corozal district. It was about 5:18 p.m. yesterday, according to an official police report, when Arana was fumigating one of his properties located adjacent to his home when he came face to face with death. The 29-year-old Consejo native was shot by a lone gunman that emerged from some nearby bushes. The individual fired a slew of bullets at Arana, at least 8 of them penetrating his body. By the time the gunshots receded, Arana lay dead on the ground. When we arrived at the scene of the crime last night, police were already combing the area and gathering whatever evidence was left behind. Reports indicate that at least 13 expended shells were found at the scene. Arana was fatally injured on site after receiving at least 8 gunshot injuries. Today we visited the victim's home. His pickup truck and motorcycle remained parked inside his fenced yard, but no one was at home. At the scene of the crime, this pair of Crocs and cap, presumably belonging to Arana, marks the spot where he was when he was surprised by his shooter. We understand that while the entire area has surveillance camera, that did not stop Arana's killer from carrying out the heinous crime while his wife was at home. The details surrounding this latest murder is hard to come by, as everyone is being tight-lipped. While we tried getting comment from Arana's family, including his father, we were unsuccessful. We can confirm, though, that the Corozal Police Department has a number of persons detained, even though a motive is yet to be ascertained. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
A mother and father from the community of San Pablo here in the Orange Walk district were charged with cruelty to a child, including abandonment, after their 14-year-old daughter was found to be living with an adult man with their consent. The 14-year-old minor was reported to authorities in San Pedro after it was noted that she was pregnant. Investigations by authorities revealed that the child had been living with 23-year-old man since August of last year, during which time he engaged in sexual intercourse with her. The minor was checked by a medical doctor who confirmed that the child is almost 5 months pregnant. Her abuser, identified as Nelson Canol, has since been arrested and charged with unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor. Additional investigation by authorities also led to the arrest of the child's parents, who were reportedly aware of their daughter's situation. Earlier this week, police arrested and charged the parents with the crime of cruelty to children, including abandonment. The couple appeared before the Orange Walk Magistrate Court, where they were offered bail, which they were able to meet. Joseph Camp was arrested and charged for sharing false news after his brother-in-law was involved in a crime a few weeks ago in Belize City. Since being fined in court, Camp has been making moves to clear his name. Camp has written to the Minister of Home Affairs, Karim Musa, and has requested that an investigation be carried out in relation to the actions of the Compole, Chester Williams, along with other officers in the police formation. In his letter directed to Minister Musa, Camp contends that on the days following the events, Clyde Chester Williams, in his capacity as Commissioner of Belize Police Department, seemingly endorsed actions that led to the suppression of my freedom of expression and the freedom to be free from inhuman and degrading treatment as guaranteed under the Belize Constitution. He concludes his letter by requesting that Chester Williams be suspended until the investigation concludes. Mind you, Camp has also sent off a letter to the DPP, Sherilyn Vidal. In the letter, he requests that Vidal carries out a prosecutorial inquiry into the Belize Police Department. Kenroy Alexander Reynolds, a 29-year-old Coast Guard officer from Limonal Village, is out on bail of $1,000 after being charged with assault. He appeared in the Belize City Magistrates Court on Thursday. Reynolds was charged with common assault against Samuel Nicholas, a 41-year-old mechanic from Doublehead Cabbage. The incident allegedly occurred on October 14, 2023 at the Eruption nightclub compound. Nicholas reported to Ladyville Police Station that Reynolds, driving a white Ford Escape, blocked traffic and instigated an argument. During the altercation, Reynolds allegedly punched Nicholas and threatened him with what appeared to be a rifle. Reynolds pleaded not guilty in court on Thursday. Bail was granted at $1,000 plus one surety of the same amount, which Reynolds met. He was also ordered not to leave the country without court permission and not to contact or interfere with Nicholas or any prosecution witnesses. Reynolds' next court appearance is scheduled for June 25, 2024. The police had initiated an investigation, obtaining Nicholas's statement and attempting to review security footage from Eruption nightclub. However, the footage had been deleted after 48 hours. Reynolds was informed of the charges against him on April 15, 2024 at Ladyville Police Station and subsequently charged. He was released on police bail to appear in court today. As we told you on Thursday, the media was invited to the newly renovated Belize Defense Force Forward Operating Base in the Sarstoon. The base, as viewers may recall, was vacated and soldiers had to relocate to Barranca Village due to its deteriorated state. After months of work, there is once again a permanent BDF presence at the base after receiving a complete makeover. With the reinstatement of BDF at the Sarstoon, Brigadier General Azariel Laria, commander of the Belize Defense Force, says illicit activities such as illegal fishing and human trafficking will remain top priority.
The intent here is forward operating base function as an observation base, and the intent here is to observe and try to mitigate the threats as they may come. If you notice on the other side, there is a small amount of Guatemalan military as well. And that is telling you something, that they are not here to fight. And we are not here to fight neither. We are to maintain sovereignty. Should in case things get out of hand, we have our SOPs, our standard operation procedures on how to withdraw. Because with a section in our doctrine, we could never fight. But we could see, we could gather information and then we withdraw. Right? We withdraw to a safer point and from there we take it on. So that's the intent of this thing, of the observation post here. Or else we would have built another price box and have 1,000 men here, but that's not the intent. It's a forward, because as the name connotates. Forward, it's a remote area. It's a great area of strategic importance. It's one of our corners. The other one is some 35 kilometers to the west of here, that we also man and ensure that we have it, that we are there. Those that have studied land power knows the value of it, and hence the reason we are here. But then we are talking about strategy now.
The newly renovated facility is equipped with an observation post that gives soldiers an almost 360-degree view of their surroundings, which is crucial for military activities in the area.
We have to establish, we have our GPSs here on base. It's established that it is Belize, that it is inside Belizean territory, and we apply Belizean law. If there is something like innocent passage, because sometimes when the tide is low, barges and larger boats cannot enter that easily. We have to consider that too as well, because we are humans, and we know that there are people living across, and sometimes they want to enter, but they cannot use their side of the river or the mouth. So we have to be considerate too. Something that I spoke to CBCG, the commandant of the Belize Coast Guard, and he did that here under maritime laws happening at sea. It's a given that we should allow them to enter using our spaces. However, we're going to keep an eye on them and ensure that we escort them and just to enter and then go back into their territory. That is how we normally do it. The situation escalates about, oh, we are here in Belize or we are there in Guatemala. Then we use the channels, the Ministry of National Defense, and they in turn will feed it to the embassies and the Foreign Affairs Ministry. That is the way I would treat it. So
Part of the reintegration of the operating base includes a mangrove replanting project, which will also help to deter damage to the facility.
All right, we have an initiative presently ongoing with the Belize Mangrove Alliance, and then we have planning for come on the month of, when the rainy season basically into the end of May into June. We have already did a site visit in the month of March, where they decide and they advise us what kind of plants they will plant at this location. That we will, so along with, in coordination with the Ministry of Forest Department, they came, so they are their expertise, right, on what kind of mangrove they would advise to put at this location. So they give us a thorough report and advice and recommendations of how we will do it. So in the month of ends of June, we will start that replantation of mangrove at this location.
The operating base also received newly constructed dormitory that houses 10 of them, along with a conference room within the building. Coming up next, an update on the rehabilitation of the Corozal Free Zone Access Road. Stay tuned.
Gran baile de verano, gran baile de verano. Yo a ti te comparo como una antena parabólica. Gran baile de verano en Belice se presenta desde la hermana República de El Salvador, la internacional Sonora Dinamita. La parabólica, la parabólica, la parabólica, la parabólica. La internacional Sonora Dinamita.
Qué lindo es tu cucú, tan bello tu cucú, redondito y suavecito.
Viernes 3 de mayo en el People Stadium, Orange World, alternando con el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. Puertas abren a las 7 de la noche. Caballeros, $30 beliceños. Señoritas, $20 beliceños. Te esperamos en el Estadio del Pueblo. La Internacional Sonora Dinamita y el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. No puedes faltar.
The April sale is now at Cellular World. Enjoy massive savings store-wide and take your luck when you get a chance to get cash back with our Scratch and Win Tickets giveaway. Ask about our unbeatable low prices guaranteed with budget phones starting as low as $49. Android starter phones starting at an all-time low price of just $115. Redmi gaming phones starting at $359. Samsung A-series lead offers starting at just $269. Fully backed up by 1-year local warranty. Plus, the newly added ZTE, Infinix, Logic, and Techno smartphones now available countrywide. But that's not all. We've got you covered with something for everyone. Kids tablets, smart TVs, speakers, headphones, and earbuds, gaming consoles, smartwatches, accessories, and so much more. Visit any of our stores in Belize City, Belmopan, San Pedro, and now in Orange Walk to start shopping today. Or shop with us via our virtual store through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Don't miss out. We got the deal for you.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
Our legacy isn't how many commas we have in our bank account. It's who we're lucky enough to have in our lives and what we can leave them with.
Henry, remind me again why we can't put you in a gifted school.
Because it's better for my psychosocial development for me to interact with a peer group in a normal school environment.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Susan? I guess I could just set you up with direct deposit if that's easier.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Henry.
You have to ask your 11-year-old?
Did our financial statement come in the mail today?
Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
I don't know how you do it all by yourself.
Come on, I have Henry. Find me another male of the species who's more grown up than him.
I'd like to.
This story, it's about me, my brother, my mom, and the girl who lived next door.
Henry and Peter, they're lucky to have you.
And your father's lucky to have you too.
Stepfather.
You okay?
I'm good.
Mom, I have to tell you something, and it's very important. Christine is in trouble. When someone hurts someone else, we have to make it better. There's only one way to stop it. I'd hope to do it all myself, but that's not an option.
There has to be another way to help Christina. Why there's no way to help.
Mr. Sickleman is the police commissioner. I'm not going to subject him to public scrutiny without conclusive evidence.
Okay, let's do this.
Mom, everything you need is right here. I'll be with you the whole time.
I know what you've done. Henry documented all of it.
Who do you think they're gonna believe?
It can't be left undone. No matter what, don't
I'm
panic.
not panicking.
We have to make it better.
To this door and wait.
Do you want quick cash for your gold?
Then take advantage of Monica's Pawn Shop's big loans on gold and our guaranteed low rate of only 10% on all pawn jewelry. But it doesn't stop there. We also pawn TVs, buy scrap gold, and pawn vehicles that you can still drive. Visit Monica's Pawn Shop today in our Belize City location at number 128 Cemetery Road, our Belmopan location at number 5 Garden Plaza, our Orange Walk location, number 2 Belize Corazon Road. Give us a call at 207-0970 and get more money for your gold jewelry.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Smith, and I'm here to introduce OneLink Mobile. OneLink Mobile is not just an app, it's a future way of payments in Belize. It's easy, it's fast, you can download it right now. Guys, if you don't believe me, let me pass you on to the lovely Miss Gomez, who can tell you a little bit more about the app.
Thank you for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. At Heritage Bank, our vision is to become the premier financial institution with cutting-edge technology that simplifies the financial life of our customers. The inception of OneLink Mobile aligns perfectly with this vision. We're excited about this strategic partnership because OneLink Mobile ensures each transaction is safe and private. Our joint efforts will put a powerful, user-friendly financial tool in the hands of the public. We feel that OneLink Mobile makes banking convenient like never before. By linking your debit or credit card, you can make payments to merchants and other OneLink users anywhere. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez, for those great insights about OneLink Mobile. Now I want to pass you on to Mr. Sidney, who's an entrepreneur that's been using the OneLink Mobile.
Good day, everyone. My name is Sidney Perifit. I'm a licensed tour guide and also a construction consultant, among other things. And I want to tell you about OneLink Mobile. It is going to be a cash app that is going to revolutionize the way we make payments here in Belize. You can receive payments from abroad with just a click. So no longer do you have to wait for deposits. When you're booking tours, clients can pay you from their home. Also, in every other aspect, locally, you can make payments to each other face to face from the comfort of your own home. No longer do you have to transact with cash, worry about money wiring, etc. All of this is going to be in the palm of your hand. OneLink is going to revolutionize the way we do payments here. All right, back to you, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sidney. Guys, if you don't have OneLink Mobile, get it right now, guys. It's free. You can download it right now. It's going to change the way how you pay in Belize. It's the future of Belize, guys.
Get ready for the ultimate agricultural extravaganza. Mark your calendars for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of April 2024 because the National Agriculture and Trade Show is coming to town. Hosted in Belmopan, the heart of our nation. This spectacular event takes place at the sprawling agriculture showgrounds, spanning over 60 acres along the breathtaking Roaring Creek. Prepare to be amazed as the 52nd National Agriculture and Trade Show unfolds under the electrifying theme of integrating sustainable food systems. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to witness innovation, celebrate agriculture, and be part of a movement towards a greener.
While he is currently outside the long arms of the law, Hilbrand Codd stands convicted of the November 29, 2018 murder of Roaring Creek resident Densmore Owen Bowman, 32, a father who was tortured and killed, then buried in a shallow grave. Now, Crime Stoppers Belize and the family of Bowman has increased the reward for information leading to Codd's capture to $5,000. Cod and another prisoner escaped lawful custody at the High Court on December 5th, 2023, taking advantage of a lapse in security. He had been brought to court to hear the verdict now handed down against him. At the handing down of the verdict in December, then presiding Judge Ricardo O'Neill Sancroft stated the authorities must do their jobs now and make sure they find him. The main witness gave chilling details in her testimony, stating that Cod told her that he and another unidentified man killed Bowman after a night of bar hopping, getting him intoxicated before trying him up in the vehicle, torturing and beheading him, leaving the body at the side of the road only to return the next day and move him to a makeshift shallow grave. Bowman begged for his life, saying, "No do me like this, Paps man." According to the witness, a chop to the face nor a stab through the heart was enough to kill Bowman initially. He tried to run, and Cod chopped several of his toes to stop him. He further mutilated the body before cutting through the throat and back of the neck, which ultimately beheaded and killed him. If you have seen Cod or known where he is, contact the nearest police station or 922. The rehabilitation of the Carousel Free Zone access road is closer to completion. This significant infrastructure project is made possible through a non-reimbursable grant of $1,948,074.04 provided by the Central American Bank for Economic Integration, SIBE, with counterpart contribution of $1,036,457,027 from the government of Belize. Groundbreaking took place back in January, and yesterday we were able to get an update on the project.
The contractor realized that they received some documents and some plans that they needed to be redone in order to do it properly. So it had a little delay. They already went through the whole survey, the whole drawings, and they also identify another section that was not included. They are recommending as engineers that we should cement the intersection concrete, and also the runabout that leads either to cargo or to Carousel Free Zone. That is an additional little over $500,000 more investment than what we had started with. And thankfully, we managed to allocate the funds. I believe it is over $350,000 that we received from PAC, and the Carousel Free Zone put $150,000 towards that additional works.
The Carousel Free Zone Access Road project, which is a critical initiative aimed at enhancing connectivity and facilitating economic growth, is expected to be completed by September of this year. The Minister of Defense, Honorable Florencia Marin, spoke about the recent incursions into the Columbia Forest Reserve by Guatemalans earlier this week and about the efforts of the BDF to deter these illegal activities. This came following a report from the Belize Territorial Volunteers who came across an illegal logging site within the Columbia Forest Reserve. They reportedly came across a road that leads into the reserve from Guatemala. They also came across hundreds of logwoods along that roadway. BTV called on the Belize Defense Force and the Belize Forestry Department to act swiftly and arrest the situation. During the media's visit to the Sarstoon on Thursday, Brigadier General Azariel Laria, commander of the Belize Defense Force, was also questioned about these incursions, which he says are being treated very seriously by Belize's armed forces.
The BDF is operating in Machakila, first and foremost to maintain the territorial integrity, the sovereignty of Belize. And because of that and the confidence building measures that the countries entered in 2000, 2001, thereabout, Belize and Guatemala, we have the primary responsibility to patrol and ensure that we are doing the right thing, that we're abiding by the set of regulations that were set up in those confidence building measures. The
The reserve, the Columbia Forest Reserve, is not like the Chiquibull where there is a set or a group of environmentalists that look after the Chiquibull. In the forest, in the Columbia Forest, there is none. We were trying to encourage others to try to link up or coordinate with the Forest Department so that they could co-manage and then we could assist and we believe that is the primary responsibility for Forest Department and and whoever wants to co-manage it to assist. The Columbia Forest Reserve is vast. It's acres, a lot of jungle, and we have 2 observation posts in that area. One at the outskirts, and that one is the Santa Rosa observation post, and in Machahila. We acknowledge that there are a lot of illegal logging going on, and this is not just for this year. All the years is the same thing during the dry season. That is when the villagers from across, because they have villages strategically set up along the border.
Have you ever asked yourself who the first responders of an accident should be? Is it the police, the fire department, or ambulance services? It's a tough question to answer since accident victims usually depend on others to make that call. Yesterday, that question was posed to the Minister of Health and Wellness, Honorable Kevin Bernard, and here is his response.
Well, it all depends on what you refer to as ambulance responses. Now, remember, there's different jurisdictions, and in the Belize district, I know that the ambulance services that most people would use is BERT, and so they have their own method of how you go about seeking the services of these things. Now, in the districts, I know that we have invested across the country in making sure that all of our facilities have adequate ambulances. I know in Orijua, at San Narciso Polyclinic, in Corozal, they recently got some new fleet of ambulances. A new set is being procured. In fact, a new ambulance will be placed in the west again. We recently did one. I know through partnership with a mission in San Antonio, a new ambulance was given for the surrounding area of San Antonio. In down south, again, through the efforts of the Japanese government, we were able to acquire new ambulances for those. So we constantly are looking at ways how we could ensure that we have those services. So the scenario that recently occurred with the Belize issue, then I mean, these are things that sometimes we have to find a way how to fix. But like I said, Belize has its own unique way in terms of BERT utilizing their services. Sometimes a lot of the issues is that people are not certain of what to call, which number to call in order to get and access that service. So it's just about us, and I think BERT is, I found from the information that I got, I know I've seen some corresponding that where BERT is saying that we will be going to the media, to explain what their role are, what their functions are, and how people can utilize the services of BERT.
And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Gran baile de verano, gran baile de verano. Gran baile de verano. En Belice se presenta desde la hermana República de El Salvador, la internacional Sonora Dinamita. La internacional Sonora Dinamita.
Qué lindo es tu cucú, tan bello tu cucú, redondito y suavecito.
Viernes 3 de mayo en el People Stadium, Orange World, alternando con el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. Puertas abren a las 7 de la noche. Caballeros, $30 beliceños. Señoritas, $20 beliceños. Te esperamos en el Estadio del Pueblo. La internacional Sonora Dinamita y el conjunto del momento, Super Furia. No puedes faltar.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie, and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
Comunicado de prensa. El Tribunal Supremo confirma el nombramiento del Banco Central de un administrador para la St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited, Ciudad de Belice, 16 de abril 2024. El Tribunal Supremo de Belice, mediante una decisión emitida el 15 de abril del 2024, desestimó la impugnación del nombramiento por parte del registrador de cooperativas de crédito de un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union Limited y confirmó la legalidad del nombramiento. El 10 de marzo del 2023, el gobernador del Central Bank of Belize, en su calidad de registrador, actuando de conformidad con la sección 61 del Credit Union Act, nombró un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. El nombramiento se realizó después de que el registrador concluyera que ciertos problemas administrativos y operativos a los que se enfrentaba St. Francis Xavier Credit Union podrían haber puesto en peligro la estabilidad de la unión de crédito. Esta conclusión se tomó tras una examinación exhaustiva de los asuntos de la unión de crédito, incluyendo 2 investigaciones independientes, así como una examinación especial realizada por la oficina del registrador. Los informes de la examinación concluyeron, entre otras cosas, que existían deficiencias significativas en la gestión del registro de crédito, las funciones de auditoría interna y los mecanismos del control interno. Los informes también destacaron numerosos incumplimientos de las pólizas, procedimientos y estatutos establecidos de St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, contravenciones de las disposiciones del Credit Unions Act y una aparente cultura de autogestión y fallos de la alta gerencia. Basándose en las conclusiones de la examinación, el registrador trató de involucrar a la junta directiva del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union a partir de junio del 2022 para que implementaran medidas correctivas para remediar las deficiencias en la gerencia y mitigar los riesgos para los miembros planteados por los problemas sistémicos descubiertos. El intento de involucrar a la Junta resultó infructuoso. A pesar de un largo periodo de comunicación que duró varios meses, la Junta se negó o no cumplió con implementar las medidas que el registrador había considerado necesarias para proteger los fondos de los miembros. En la opinión del registrador, la Junta no estaba dispuesta o preparada para cumplir con los deberes fiduciarios apropiados para los miembros del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, con el fin de proteger sus intereses. Tras el nombramiento del administrador en marzo del 2023, 7 de los 8 miembros de la junta directiva del St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, constituida en ese momento junto con el director general Rafael Domínguez Sr., demandantes, impugnaron judicialmente el nombramiento ante el Tribunal Supremo, alegando, entre otras cosas, que el nombramiento era ilegal, infringía las disposiciones del Credit Unions Act, incumplía los requisitos de la justicia natural y por lo demás violaba los derechos constitucionales de los demandantes. El 15 de abril del 2024, el Tribunal Supremo emitió una decisión desestimando la impugnación del nombramiento del administrador por el registrador y confirmando la legalidad del nombramiento en conformidad con las disposiciones del Credit Union Act y no en violencia de los principios de justicia natural o de los derechos constitucionales de los demandantes. La decisión del Tribunal Supremo justifica el nombramiento por parte del registrador de un administrador para St. Francis Xavier Credit Union, y el registrador agradece que el Tribunal Supremo haya considerado oportuno desestimar la impugnación legal de dicho nombramiento. St. Francis Xavier Credit Union permanece actualmente bajo administración y el registrador desea notificar al público que se han tomado medidas significativas desde el nombramiento del administrador para remediar los problemas sistémicos que hicieron necesario el nombramiento. El registrador continuará cumpliendo con su mandato legal de inspeccionar, investigar y supervisar todas las uniones de crédito para proteger los intereses de los miembros. Fin de comunicado.
Get ready for the ultimate agricultural extravaganza. Mark your calendars for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of April 2024 because the National Agriculture and Trade Show is coming to town. Hosted in Belmopan, the heart of our nation. This spectacular event takes place at the sprawling agriculture showgrounds, spanning over 60 acres along the breathtaking Roaring Creek. Prepare to be amazed as the 52nd National Agriculture and Trade Show unfolds under the electrifying theme of integrating sustainable food systems. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to witness innovation, celebrate agriculture, and be part of a movement towards a greener.
Bringing potable water to the Corozal Commercial Free Zone is also one of the aims of the administration of the Free Zone. By connecting to the Belize Water Services grid, the aim is to offer quality potable water to each business entity in the area. Moves have already been made for the project to come to fruition, as currently the Social Investment Fund and the BWS are in discussion.
SIF and BWS are already doing their due diligences. We have submitted all the required documents and surveys that the SIF requested from us. And I believe that this project will be materialized as early as next year.
And since we were already with the CEO of the Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Neri Ramirez, we also asked him for an update on the parking lot project.
We also paid a surveyor to resurvey it, and we realized that the title that we obtained when we did the transfer, since it was a donation, the size wasn't accurate. So we paid a surveyor and a consultant to do the whole thing over, and we already received the new title with the proper coordinates. Now, what is our future plans? Our future plans is, as soon as we finish with these projects, is to get additional funds to do the back roads of the free zone, and also to do the, not that concrete, but hot mix, that parking area, construct a little booth where security can be there full time, to be taking care of the customers' vehicles, to use that space. And we would wish to do a one-way lane here in the main going up to the south, to North America, because this is very the area that gets congested, too much traffic. You have vehicles parking on both sides and vehicles going and coming vice versa, a lot of traffic jam. I have noticed that it is very important for us that we do that lane at one way.
The month of April is celebrated around the globe as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month in an effort to shine a bright light on autism as a growing global health crisis. Autism is characterized as a complex brain disorder that often inhibits a person's ability to communicate, respond to surroundings, and form relationships with others. Since the start of April, there have been an array of different activities organized across the country with the goal of raising awareness about autism in Belize. As the month slowly comes to an end, the Orange Walk Town Council, under the guidance of Councillor Dorette Pascasio, will be hosting the 4th annual Autism 3K Walk and 5K Run over the weekend. The goal of the event, according to Councillor Pascasio, is to demonstrate that autism is not just different, but it is also dynamic.
Tomorrow, April 27th, I'm hosting an event. It's the 4th year, actually, the Autism 3K Walk and 5K Run. It is in partnership with Miss Christie from Autism Belize and also in partnership with FitLife. So, like I mentioned a little while ago, this is the 4th year that we're going to do it. It starts at the Orange Walk Town Council at 6 p.m. and we call it a glow, run, or walk. The reason why we decide to do it in the evening is because families come out with their kids, they come out with their grandkids, teachers can come out, the sun isn't hot, and we have the involvement of the community.
The event is divided into 2 sections, including a 5K run and 3K walk across town. Anyone wishing to join the event can still do so by contacting Councillor Dorette Pascasio.
The message that I'm trying to bring across is that I want to help to educate the residents in the community about autism and how it impacts the people around us. Autism awareness can also assist to minimize the stigma and discrimination towards people that are on the spectrum. So when we advocate and do initiatives such like these, we are sending a positive message. And not only a positive message, but a message that is saying that the Orange Walk tongue, the people of Orange Walk are inclusive and are kind and are respectful to people that not only are autistic, but special needs people on a whole. Okay, so if people want to attend, I have 2 categories. I have the 5K run. For the 5K run, I have a link. If you're interested in the run, you could click the link and you could register for the run. I'm going to have prizes for that in the male and the female category. If you're not interested in the running part, you could do the 3K walk, whereby you could walk with your families, your friends, and your loved ones. So I decided into 2 categories, the running category and the walking category. So I'm inviting the Orange Walk residents to come out. I have many surprises for you guys. Yes, I'm asking the residents to come out and be a part of this special initiative that has been going on for the past 4 years. Come out and show your support. Let's advocate and spread awareness. So if resident wants to come out, the color for autism is blue. That's the color. And the theme for this year is not just different, dynamic. So once again, I'm asking the Orange Walk residents to come out and show your support. Let's show that Orange Walk tongue, we have a community that stands together and spread awareness.
The Autism Glow Run will kickstart at 6 p.m. on Saturday, April 27 at the Orange Walk Town Hall. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Monday, on Tuesday, that is, here on CTV3 and FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, have a safe and pleasant weekend. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.